Hi everybody, welcome to this Pro and Expert general playthrough for the Funhouse Fairway Tournament here on the channel. Hope you are doing well and enjoying your games. Please hit thumbs up and subscribe if you can as well. Now this playthrough features all 9 holes of this tournament. Bear in mind they are par 4s and 5s only. Timestamps in the video description down below. As usual, they're old replays, so they will feature balls with the old attribute levels. And additionally, some of these are using the nighttime version, of course, of Jubilee Grove. But don't worry, we're playing on the daytime version, but both of those courses play exactly the same, so you don't need to be worried about that. Remember to tweak according to your balls, clubs and play style, and also the different wind directions you may face during the tournament. Good luck, here we go.
I'm going to start with the quarterback, 9 and above, max distance, half of the red ring inside the rough on the right with a power 3 ball, and then we're going to switch to any driver that gives you 6 top spin. So we want 6 top spin and 1 left spin. For me, that's the extra mile, but you don't have to have extra mile 9. Extra mile 8 would work. Low level Apocalypse would work, as well as Thor's Hammer. So once we've done our club switch, adding spin with the Titan, and we're going to adjust max plus 5. And then we're going to go with full overpower, but you'll see it is a slower needle, so it's nice and easy to hit perfect. There's loads of ways you can reach the green here. You can go big topper with a power 5 ball as well if you don't fancy this approach. But whatever you do, you just need a load of top spin, get yourself down to green. More top spin, you will actually be on the green. Very simple eagle.
Alright, so Berserker and APOC obviously go with whatever driver gives you the most power, with 6 bars of top spin, and also if you do have a choice of accurate clubs, obviously go with those as well. I don't move the target, so I'm pre-selecting the ball. 6 top spin, 2 left spin, adjust max plus 10, pushing back up to max, and then going with full overpower with half a ball of curl to the left. We do hit a great right, however the accuracy on the APOC that we have here is fine. We've got loads of room on the fairway. Takes a second bounce, just clips the rough and roll out, which is absolutely fine because we do have, from here and a power 5 ball, chance for an albatross. As you can see, we are right at max distance of the club, which makes it easy in one respect. Obviously, if we're shorter, a bit of an issue, but we did get a clumsy roll out from the rough. Usually, you will be about 10 or 15 yards further along, to be honest. So, set up, apply 1.1 top spin, and then set up with the ball guide going to the pin. And here we are adjusting true club distance plus 10%. So we are at max distance, I'm going max plus 10. Obviously if you're further back, then you'll have to just reduce the slider slightly. But it is an aggressive option. Obviously with the tailwind, we do have to go for it, especially in a tournament scenario. We hit perfect, bounce in the rough very nicely. We get that camera and we are dropping this beautifully for an albatross.
To get the eagle, need to play really aggressively. This is a nasty wind angle. Big topper, power 5 ball, bullseye directly over the rough line at max distance with the power 5 ball. Higher level big topper, you will not be at max, so accommodate accordingly. Max top spin, 1 bar left spin, and then we adjust max plus 10, power 5. It's going to take us into overpower, but no need to count rings of overpower here because we're going to go full blast regardless. It is important to get your timing sorted here. Minor greats have been okay for me. Double greats maybe less so. 1.75 ball curl to the left, that is max with big topper 4 and 5. Full overpower, second bounce in the rough, and you want to get a nice roll out here. And we're going to be around 375. Second shot, this is an aggressive line, very close to the tree, but again, I've been okay. Find the minimum distance line and then add 2 right spin and then vary your back spin, so you can always play from the min line, and you want here the what would be the 4th bounce to be at the pin. Pause the video, have a look at the 3rd bounce there as well. Playing with a lot of backspin, you don't want to be leaving the ball guide short, otherwise you will not drop this shot. Then we're going to play min plus 5, power 5 settings, pulling over the bullseye. There is a little bit of room for the tree here. I've not clipped the tree at all. If you hit a great right on your drive, though, it may come into play, so you may just have to get safely to green for the birdie. But if you want to pursue the eagle, you've really got to push this one quite hard and take a risk, in my opinion. Min plus 5 drops nicely.
So can play with the rock. 3.5 bars top spin, 1 bar side spin to the left, aiming straight down the middle of the fairway there. Adjustment, max plus 15. Max plus 15 here. I like using the rock here. Obviously, if you don't have the rock in this level, then you may well have to use a different driver, but the setup and the adjustment should be the same. Just concentrate on the second bounce if you are using a driver with different accuracy. So max plus 15 there, 3.5 top spin, 1 bar side spin to the left, and this runs down there very nicely. Using the rock, minor balls hit great left, great right will be absolutely fine, but obviously if you're using extra mile, you may clip the rough due to the narrow fairway. Second shot, the sniper, very good attempt with this wind angle for an albatross. 2 bars top spin, then I'm going to find the position there. Second bounce in the rough, we want to hit the rough and then roll out. Using the top spin, aiming the ball guide at the hole. 5.4 is what we have wind direction here, wind strength rather, and the adjustment here, I'm going with 5.9. So this is just over medium distance with 15% elevation. So can be playing on the slider for this one, 66% slider. Bounces very, very nicely in the rough and drops beautifully at the pin for a lovely albatross. Here at BK Golf Clash, I like to support people in the community that are also creating free content. And Golf Clash Anton has been doing some tournament wind text guides. He doesn't do them for every single event, but when he does, he's very kindly allowed us here on the channel to distribute his text guides, as an example on the screen right now, to our free members on Patreon. So if you are not a free member, and obviously it is free to become a member on Patreon, you don't have to pay, and you want to receive these text guides when they are made by Anton, then head over to our Patreon. Link is on screen. You can join right now. Whenever there are text guides by these wonderful community creators, we will be sending those out to you. Okay, with the drive then, going with the extra mile and a katana. You can play with the Kingmaker, of course, if you want to as well. 4.5 top spin, 3 bars side spin to the left. And my setup here is not going to be right at the end of the fairway. That's because we're going to get a flat bounce, which would mean we'd probably end up clipping the rough or landing in the rough or the sand. So make sure with the spin that your second bounce is clearly over the rough. So we're going for that higher bounce. Adjust max plus 10. Then we're going to go with some curl to the left and 1 ring of overpower. Now the reason I go with that rather than pushing up is because I don't want to aim at a lower point. So I apply the 1 ring of OP with the curl and then we hit perfect. And you'll see, look at where this one bounces, just on that mound there, which is absolutely fine. And we clear the rough very, very nicely. And we're going to be around the 315 yard mark. Second shot going for the rough bump, and I'm going with the Grizzly, because we have a top spin and we also have good accuracy and ball guide. Working out my club distance here, finding min and max line, then I'm adding 2 bars of top spin, and then we're going to set up with the ball guide going to the pin. Red ring here touching the rough as a reference as well. And then here I'm playing this one 80% slider plus 15% elevation, but as usual always check your club distance when you are playing true distance. So 80% slider, 15% elevation, and then we are going to hit perfect, which we do. You'll see this bounces into the rough and the top spin takes us very, very nicely. Just drop it left side, so maybe another 0.1 would have gone right at pin, but still dropping very, very nicely there from distance with the rough bump.
We're going to play a curl shot over to the left hand side, 4.5 top spin and 3 bars left spin. Then we're finding our position here, plus 14 with extra mile 8, max distance with extra mile 7, half of the red ring inside the rough on the left. Adjust max plus 10, it may well take you into a bit of overpower here. Let's have a look at the amount that I end up using in this example. So for me, just over 3 rings to adjust, just is taking me into about 1/4 a ring of overpower. We want some curl to the left, 0.8 ball curl to the left if possible. And here I play with 2 rings of OP. More headwind angle, higher wind, you will need more. But the idea is to push this one fairly decently on the fairway, to be in range to play from max distance sniper for the second shot. Drive distance here is going to be around 360 yards. Then we're going to play from max distance of club here with the sniper, and then we're going to add spin. It's going to be back spin and right spin, might vary depending on your drive outcome. I'll give you a zoom in on the ball guide next. As you can see, you want to be creating a bit of an offset there. There's the spin, a reminder there, because the wind is going to push us into the right. So that's why I'm offsetting left on this one. Max plus 20 is what I'm going with here. Maximum distance, 20% elevation. Making our adjustment here, and the crosswind is going to do the rest of the work for us. That's why I was offsetting the ball guide to the left. Perfect ball away, and we'll see how this one comes in. Bounces nicely and rolls onto the green and tracks beautifully for an albatross to finish here on this par 5.
Here's the drive then. We have here cross headwind from left to right. So I'm going here for the left side. Obviously in general tour play and tournaments, to be honest, you have to decide whether the left or the right is best for you. Here, as this is a tournament match, I'm going left side because I want to play aggressively and go for the rough bump second shot. So we're going with top spin, 4.5 top spin, 1.5 bars side spin to the right, and we are adjusting max plus 10. If you are using a different driver, of course, focus on the position of the second bounce, because you may have different drive distance or also different club accuracy as well. Bear in mind, if you do hit a great right here with the wind going left to right and the fairway sloping down to the right, you do risk the rough. So at all times, we want to try and hit perfect, which we do. And this curls very nicely, not massively close to the rough, but ideally placed for the second shot. Now we're going to go for the rough bump, and the Grizzly is the club here if you can use the Grizzly, because it's accurate and it has a very good ball guide. We are going with half a bar of topspin, and then we're going to set up with the first bounce in the rough. This is a rough bump, and then we're going to have the ball guide passing the left side of the cup and going beyond the cup as well. Don't worry, it will look odd, but the wind will push us slightly to the right here. This one is played mid-distance plus 10% elevation. Obviously, if your drive is shorter or longer, depending what distance you're left with on the second shot, you may need to tweak slightly. But use mid plus 10 as your starting point here, which is what we do. And then we just need, of course, to hit perfect, taking care that we do have the ball guide offset left of the cup, as I discussed. Perfect ball, and you can see here the ball does check with the wind push and the slope on the green and drops beautifully for an eagle.
Now we're going to play with a kingmaker here for the side spin. 4.5 top spin, 3 right spin, and we're going to set up at top of plus 14 with extra mile 8 and max distance with extra mile 7. Half of the red ring inside the rough on the right. Then we're pushing our rings to adjust, otherwise the tree may be in the way. Max plus 10, power 3 settings. Important to hit perfect on this one with a low accuracy club. Great balls might find the rough either side. We're going with 3/4 ball curl to the right. Just find the point where the circle begins to drop and back off slightly just to make sure you're going to be applying the same amount of power. A little bit more curl could work there if you are worried about a great left, but we've got a drive of 371. Second shot, before spin, find the sticky spot. You see, I moved my target around there. Second bounce and the ball guide doesn't move. So be in the middle of that before spin. Then we add spin as required to have the ball guide as shown. It's going to be a little bit of backspin, maybe a bit of left spin, but you want it as shown. So let's have a look at the offset that I go with here. As you can see, 1 green square to the left, and it looks approximately 1 green square short of pin as well. Using drive yardage here, DD on the notepad, drive distance, 20% elevation. So for a 371 yard drive, considering a perfect ball, you're going to play this one 68% slider, 20% elevation. Once again, use sniper 10 numbers. Perfect ball away, and it bounces nicely on the fairway. Second bounce just before the green, just missing there, but the adjustment on the notepad is a tweak which should get you in the hole. So tweak there. If you are enjoying the free content here on the channel and want to help out and keep everything free, then please consider making a small donation. All donations are gratefully received and help me out here on the channel, as all of the content here is produced for free in my own spare time. You can do that in one of three ways. You can hit the thanks button here on YouTube, you can make a PayPal donation via the link in the description down below, or you can also join us over on Patreon. Details at the end of the video.
Here's the drive then. I'm playing with the extra mile and I'm going with a Titan. 4.5 bars top spin, 2 bars side spin to the left, and we're landing right on the middle of that little pad there. Adjustment max plus 10 is what we're going with here, and due to we have some headwind, we are going to go into overpower. So we go into a little bit of overpower just to make sure I've got enough distance. I go with half a ring more than what I'm adjusting into. So this is just under 1 ring of overpower. Half a ball of curl to the left, and then we're going to try and hit perfect, which we do. And this will bounce on the pad nicely and roll very nicely along this main piece of fairway as well. Sets us up with an approach shot with the thorn. Now the replay we're going to show you on the second shot is from a different match, but the result from the drive was exactly the same. So that's why we're now using a kingmaker, but rest assured it is played from exactly the same point. So wind angle here, we have cross headwind, going with 3.2 bars of backspin and 1 bar side spin to the right. And we're going to have to work out distance of club that we are in here. So you may want to go to min and max as well and work out your club distance. Here we are playing between mid and max plus 15 elevation. So this is in between medium and maximum distance with a 15% elevation. Obviously ball guide going into the cup with the thorn level 8. If you have thorn level 7, you will have less ball guide on your club, so you will need to leave the ball guide a little bit short, so just bear that in mind. Bounce is a bit close to the bunker, but we're absolutely fine with the adjustment, and we drop this very, very nicely for an eagle on this par 4. Thanks very much for watching this video here on the channel. If it has helped you in any way, please consider sharing it amongst your friends and clanmates in the game. Join us also on Facebook. Head over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join our free group. Loads of members there sharing shots. Free guides are posted, as well as loads of other great Golf Clash resources. So check us out there. You can join in the discussion and also leave feedback on the game in general. Finally, if you wish to help support the channel and keep the content free for everybody, please consider becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the video description down below. Good luck, see you soon, bye for now.